What's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Scoreboard for Monday, November 29th, 2021. I'm one of your hosts today, Eric Sundblad, alongside
Maddie Evans,
world's #1 Welcome to Beaver Creek opening day fan.
That's why I've got the beanie on, because I was up there running around for all morning, basically, and then I was like, "Ooh, my hat hair."
Yes, celebrating Beaver Creek. We'll get you some conditions in the coming weeks and keep you on track of how Beaver Creek's looking. But for now, let's move on into the traditional sports realm that we cover here on the Scoreboard. So we're in a bit of a transitional phase right now. I've been saying it for a couple weeks, Maddie. We did a couple season previews last week. This week, we will be previewing your Huskies Girls Basketball team. I had a great chat with 4 seniors. That was an absolute blast. And the new debut for interviews that's going to be happening throughout the course of this season, a goofy question at the end of it. Now, if you're a fan of Good Morning Vail, you might have a hint as to what the goofy question is, but I'm not going to give it away. Maddie loves the question. She's obsessed with the question. You guys are going to be joining this long-standing Good Morning Vail debate on the Scoreboard. It's going to be an absolute blast. But we are also going to be giving out our fall season awards. How exciting is that?
Super exciting, but I'm so excited that I almost can't contain myself. I think we should just get going.
All right, let's take a short little break. We're going to first look at your girls basketball team from the Huskies, and then we will get into the awards. But for now, let's take a little break. Welcome back to the Scoreboard, friends. Before we get into our first ever award ceremony for the best that fall sports had to offer, I want to do one final season preview for winter sports before things get kicked off this week, and that's with girls basketball for your Battle Mountain Huskies. I had a chance to speak with 4 seniors on the team, new leadership, bringing in a brand new vision to Huskies girls basketball, and that would be Bentley Kent, Mia Bettis, Augustine Hancock, and Emily Provoste. They had some great opinions, plus we gave them a little curveball goofy question at the end. We're going to be doing that a little bit this winter to keep the kids on their toes. Looking forward to a great girls basketball season from the Huskies. Well, let's head on down to Husky Nation and meet up with those seniors. Continuing our season preview coverage, we're now joined by the Huskies girls basketball team. They had a decent year last year, finishing in about the middle of the standings, losing in the first round of the playoffs. But I've got senior captains here, Emily, Augustine, Mia, and Bentley. 4 names, ladies and gentlemen. It's tough up here in this old man's noggin, but we got it this time. So let's start on this side with you, Augustine. Tell me, how did last season go for you guys? What are kind of your thoughts here?
Last season was very fun. It was a really long season, and then to make it to the playoffs and win our first game, it was frustrating. Last year we had a lot of our seniors who, led the team this year, and we're really looking forward to just, stepping up, making playoffs again, having a great season.
Okay. So do you feel like you're getting some new leadership injected into this season?
Definitely. We have a lot more seniors this year, so I feel like there's going to be a lot of opinions and a lot of girls who are willing to step up and, make that change.
Okay. How do you feel like that new experience is going to do bringing to the team? Is it going to be a leadership thing, or you said there was going to be a few voices? Do you feel like you're going to have some internal conversations on whose voice leads on the court?
I do believe that these new experiences did help us a lot. Definitely have new voices, and I do believe that they're going to help us out during the games. We were kind of iffy, but we had a great season. We're going to have an even better one this year, make it farther.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
Going into it with a huge positive attitude. What about that first round playoff loss kind of struck you guys? I noticed it was kind of one of the first big Denver teams that you guys faced. Did that kind of play into it, Mia?
Yeah, I think this was the first year where last year where Shoup didn't really have us play as much Denver teams, and when we got into that atmosphere and were put up at that high 4A level, it was really difficult for us to almost prepare ourselves for it or even know what was coming. And then I think also the second hard loss against Glenwood, which was the battle between title league for the league overall, and that loss on top of the one after that just I think really hurt us overall. But I feel like having that experience now with Denver teams plus our pregame setup with almost all Denver teams will help boost us for the playoff year.
Yeah. That's good to have that ability to kind of look back and see where things sort of went awry a little bit and be able to change it coming into the year. What are your thoughts? You're last on the line here, Bentley. What are your kind of thoughts on last year?
It was a fun season. We definitely learned from last season, from the playoff experience and like where we ended up in league. So I think we're going to take that experience and go farther this year.
Awesome. And with new senior leadership that we sort of addressed, any new kind of schemes or game plans that you guys are looking forward to implementing, or is it like stick to the Husky structure from last year and keep improving?
I think we're going to be a defense strong team this year. So definitely like working off the fast break and just passing, moving the ball around quickly.
Okay. Defense strong is definitely something that I noticed looking through the scores of last year, particularly against Eagle Vail. I think they scored, Eagle Valley, they scored like 17 points in one of your games. What? Do you guys remember that one? What in the world happened there? Did you guys just stomp them?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's our rival school. You know, we had to go down there, show them who's boss. So, yeah.
Oh, it was an away game too.
It was.
Yeah.
Our new defense on that one.
Yeah.
We've had, I think, the 1-3-1 for almost 2-3 years ago. We dropped it. We were the first team in the whole league to play something different besides 2-3 and man. And I think the 1-3-1 is still kicking a lot of teams' butts on the fact that they don't know how to play against it. So I think this year we're going to be a really strong defensive, but also we don't have as much of the same players as we did last year. So I think our offense will be changing dramatically to help move to the skills of all of our players and our seniors that are up.
That's an interesting note, the different defensive schemes that you guys are really the only ones playing. The 1-3, did you call it?
1-3-1, yeah.
1-3-1?
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing that in action. That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
no,
Let's touch on rivals. What would you say biggest rival school? Is it Eagle Valley, or are there others that you're like, Glenwood, I am coming for you?
Definitely Eagle Valley, but I also think we really want to beat Glenwood this year and Summit.
Yeah. Summit County. Nobody likes Summit County. How about you, Mia? Anybody that sticks out in your head?
Mine would definitely be Glenwood, just because of the loss that we took last year. Such a close game. I think it's more of that drive to just beat them this year, to kind of prove that last year we were off during our game, and now we're not going to hesitate to stop.
Okay, so it was a little bump in the road last year, but looking forward to them this year. Would you guys agree? Is it like Summit, Glenwood, Eagle Valley?
I would also kind of say Rifle, because one of the years we came so close on double overtime and lost by 1 point. So that was a very intense game, so I'm very looking forward to, going down there and showing them, again, who's boss. So.
Yeah. That speaks to the career that you've had. If you can remember losses from many years past, and it's just kind of stick it in the back of the notebook in the head, and like, we'll come for you. Yeah. How about you? Any thoughts on rivals?
Those are the only rivals.
Okay. I mean, I think you pretty much listed all the teams in the league, so like everybody's got a target on their back this year. Yeah.
You have to play nowadays.
Yeah.
Everyone's got something.
got
You're going to win it.
Yeah. Have you guys had some good high-intensity practices starting the season off?
Yeah, we have. We've done a lot of running, and then we just started working on our defense and offense, so we're going to start diving more into that before our first game next Tuesday.
Yeah, next Tuesday. I believe it's a home game, right? Away game to start things off? Okay, Grand Junction. I've got like 4 schedules milling their way around my head right now. And then I think you guys, it's in like 2 weeks that you have your first home game?
Yes, I want to say so. I think it's actually against one of the top Denver teams, which I think will be hard for us, but I think it will really help us learn. I mean, even Shoop says it the best. Like, when we are put against teams that are going to, in a way, hand us our butt, it makes it easier for us to learn from that experience and then take it to our league games to help us improve in league and then eventually use it in the playoff games.
Yeah, especially early in the season.
Yeah.
Kind of setting the bar in terms of like what the hard competition is going to be and how good you can play against them and any improvements. So I'm looking forward to a stellar season from you guys. We're gonna end things on a goofy one here. We're gonna start implementing goofy questions in interviews. So, tacos or sandwiches?
Can I say both?
You can say both.
I like both.
If you say both, then you have to answer the follow-up. Is a taco a sandwich?
No.
Yeah. High five. Tacos, sandwiches, and is a taco a sandwich?
Tacos, and no, I don't think it is.
Yeah. All right. You guys are all right.
Yeah, I would say tacos for me too, and definitely not a sandwich.
Not a sandwich.
Yeah, tacos for me too, and I don't think it's a sandwich.
All right. Thank you guys for that ammo. There's long-standing arguments amongst the TV8 crew on where this one lies. So we're going to get it settled with you amazing high school athletes throughout the course of the year. Thank you so much, Bentley, Mia, Emily, and Augustine. We did it, and you did it. Thank you so much for tuning into the Scoreboard. We'll have plenty of coverage on your Huskies girls basketball team throughout the year. And stay tuned for plenty more of the Scoreboard coming up next. Welcome back, friends, to the Scoreboard once again. Big thanks to the girls basketball team for being willing to meet with me, give me a great season preview. They've got their first home game next week, so we got another week before we get started with them. But for now, let's celebrate the fall sports season, Maddie.
Oh man, you were so busy during fall sports because there were so many great activities and so many great games.
I have a lot of memories of all these games, and I felt like this is a good time to look back at some of the best memories, some of the best goals, some of the best saves, my favorite goofy moment that happened throughout the year, as well as my favorite post-game interview, the future star, so that would be somebody that's not a senior, that's up and coming, that's really going to be leaving a mark on their team, as well as the best individual games. That's one player that really took over a game. So for this first section, we're going to be going through the best goal across soccer, the best save across soccer, and then the best individual game across volleyball, football, and soccer. So we've got a good spread of sports going on here today, and we are going to be covering Huskies and Vail Mountain School. So let's get into it. Let's see what we think is the best save of this season.
Kick things off.
Oh, baby. I love that worked for two sports in the fall to kick things off, because the football you kick it and the soccer all you do is kick it.
Yeah, I know. All right, so let's kick this off. Let's do this.
So we're going to start things off with the best save here. So here we've got Sean Baselli coming in. A player actually saved that goal. Cruz Ramirez for your Huskies was a crazy good goaltender. Big diving save. Again, super tall. He's like 6'2". And then we get into the penalty shots. So that's just one-on-one. Now this one was one of my favorites. Mason at VMS for the penalty shots. Now out of those, what do you think is the save? Is it Sean Baselli being a player making a save? Is it Mason Geller at VMS? And that was a after double overtime penalty kick shot.
Wow.
Or Cruz Ramirez with using his height.
I honestly think that the one where they took a nice dive to the face but saved the ball, got up, celebrated at VMS, was pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, that was a huge moment as well. That was a playoff game, took them into the next round. Mason Geller, Vail Mountain School, congratulations to you, sir. Cheers, mates.
Cheers.
On best save of the year to Mason Geller from Vail Mountain School, coming through in the clutch. I completely agree. That one or Sean Baselli. I love to see players scrambling back and really helping out their goalies. That was impressive too.
I mean, the whole thing is impressive. They're just such intense athletes, and you can see them really work together. So even though we gave away one award, I would like to say congratulations to everyone. Okay, congratulations everyone on that one. You all had great years. And now my favorite thing that happens in soccer are goals being scored. And we had a couple high-scoring teams with Vail Mountain School and Battle Mountain. So let's roll into it. Some of the best goals of the year. Big, long snipe from Sam Kuntz there against Eagle. We've got another one against Eagle coming right in the center. Bryant Ramirez pulled it just to the far post. That was a clutch goal. Here we've got the best passing play that came from Sal Sinaloa over to Alexis Dozel, up front to Sam Kuntz. That was maybe my favorite play of the year. And here we've got Bryant Ramirez, another huge snipe from outside. This one, a big favorite, Spinorama from Seb Kolofer into the net. Oh, Seb was great at those spinoramas. This is actually VMS against Battle Mountain. Nolan Kim, huge breakaway goal. And then this is an overtime goal from the sideline. Bonk! Little header and in. Oh, man. There's a lot of goals that were scored, Maddie. There's a lot of very impressive goals that were just scored, and I don't think I can pick a favorite.
You can't pick a favorite?
I don't think I can.
So for me personally, that passing play, the Sal Sinaloa to Alexis Dozel to Sam Kuntz, just in terms of the beauty and the precision, that one's up there. But in terms of clutch, Nick Kerwood with the header in overtime against Steamboat. That one might take it. So I think it's down to those two.
I definitely think it's down to those two, but I'm really impressed by the teammate motion that they had, because in that moment they just looked like such a well-oiled machine. Like, they knew exactly what they were doing, and those are high-pressure situations to be in where that ball is flying all over. It's being kicked so hard, so fast, and they were all just right there and ready. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what made the Huskies so good this year, was that coordination amongst the team. So let's give it to them.
Yeah.
Huskies, that was amazing. You had a great season, making it to almost the finals in the state championship. Congratulations, Alex Dozel, Sam Coons for the goal, and Sal Sinaloa for the great one-touch pass over to Dozel. Good stuff, boys. Good stuff.
Across the board, you guys are all great.
You can't beat it.
No.
So let's move into the best individual game. So I've got two choices here. We're going to start off with Hallie Weaver of your Huskies volleyball team against Summit County. She just absolutely took over. Anytime she got the ball in this game, the Huskies would score a point. They went on a 9-point run with Hallie Weaver back to serve. I've never seen anything like it all season long for one player to just get the ball and just crush it. And then the next best game that I could come up with, to me, was Elijah Morales. So we've got Elijah Morales, boop, interception, because he plays some defense. We've got Elijah Morales coming up there on the sideline, bunk, big tackle, because of course he plays defense. Then we get onto the other side of the ball, Elijah Morales, back in shotgun, takes a few steps back, huge throw to Tanner Roberts.
That was impressive.
Elijah Morales, he can run the ball too. He's not going to get a ton of yardage, but he can run the ball. This kid crushed this year.
That tackle, that kid literally just picked him up and dropped him. That was intense, but he put in that effort to get that ball from one side of the field to the other, which was impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. So out of Hallie Weaver completely controlling a game, or Elijah Morales, I know, this is a tough one. This is the hardest that we have.
Honestly, can we just do a boys best game award and a girls best game award, and they each win, because wow, they were impressive.
You better believe it. We're going to allow it here. It has been ruled both of those were the best individual game of performances. Congratulations to Hallie Weaver for leading the girls volleyball team, and congratulations to Elijah Morales for putting in the best game against Palisade. And now we're going to take a short little break, Maddie. We're going to finish things off here with the rest of our fall season sports awards. Welcome in once again to the Scoreboards, finishing off our fall season sports awards here alongside Maddie Evans. Now we're going to be taking a look at the Future Star, my favorite goofy moments, my favorite interview, and then the favorite overall game of the fall sports. And I think goofy moment is my favorite category in this award show.
I think so too. I think that the goofy moment, everyone that knows me knows my favorite activity is giggling. So let's kick this off. I'm ready for some more giggles.
All right, awesome. Let's get into it, starting with our Future Star. Now, Future Star to me, it's Anna Glass. She is a sophomore on the Battle Mountain Huskies, Maddie. And how often does a sophomore make enough of an impression that they get a chant for them the second game of the year?
That's pretty impressive, and she plays so well that she deserves this chance. So it's pretty cool that she's got one. Yeah,
and we're watching clips of Anna Glass here. She has the most incredible little behind the back tip that she just consistently did, where she just let the ball roll off the tip of her fingers. And she was so good at setting this up over and over and over, and it would constantly give her Huskies some points. So congratulations, Anna Glass, on winning the Future Star Award. Looking forward to covering you for the next couple years here at the Huskies. Now, moving on to the favorite goofy moment, Maddie. We start things off here, game Vail Mountain School, and this player showing off his karate skills. Come on, more Vail Mountain School here. Sometimes things get dangerous for a cameraman. Whoa, ball coming right at me. And sometimes things get dangerous for the players when there's a camera around. Poor Hallie Weaver, she made it out of that one okay. Shook the camera, but it was all good. She was fine. And then here we got same game, the students at Battle Mountain start singing Biz Markie, Just a Friends.
I mean, that's incredible. That brings in a level of energy that no one was ready for, because I bet that caught you off guard 100%.
It made me immediately hit record on the camera, that's for sure.
Oh, I bet.
And it was like, oh, these kids are going to be all right. They know the good music from the 80s. All right, kids, I'm proud of you.
Yep.
So out of those, what's your favorite Goofy moment?
You know, just by default, I'm going to have to go with the Bismarcky, just because that's a song. I mean, you know, that's my karaoke go-to song. That's a song that's near and dear to my heart.
Yep.
And so I'm going to just have to say that wins.
I think that was number one with a bullet in my head the whole time, too. The other ones I was just drigging around trying the goofiest thing I could find. But kids singing Bismarcky. They also sang Journey at one point. So, hey, Huskies, you're going to be all right.
You're bringing in the good stuff, and we love to see it.
You're bringing in the good stuff. Now let's close things off here with my favorite overall game of the season. Now, of course, it had to be a big rivalry game. So we've got Vail Mountain School, Eagle Valley, Battle Mountain. I chose Vail Mountain School versus Battle Mountain Soccer, as it was just a nail-biter of a game. It went in to the very last couple minutes. There was a controversial goal. So let's watch this through. This is Vail Mountain School against Battle Mountain, and this was within the first 3 minutes. Nolan Kim from Vail Mountain School scores, and they hold that lead until about the final 5 minutes of the game. Battle Mountain gets it. You think Vail Mountain School goalie has it, but no, gets knocked away. Nick Kerwood raises his hands because he's upset, still upset, doesn't get the ball to kick it out of the defensive zone, allows Battle Mountain to score. A couple minutes later, here we've got Sam Kuntz. He's going to pull a little spin move, deekity dribble, get it over to Yahira Guis, top shelf, right where Mom puts the cookies, just hanging out up there.
I mean, that was impressive.
Crazy game, crazy game.
So in the end, who won this game?
Battle Mountain, 2-1.
Wow.
Yeah, real heartbreaker. Nick Kerwood was suspended for a couple games because he got a red card, but they were able to pick it back up, beat Eagle Valley, beat Steamboat the next 2 games. So I think it was a big teaching moment for Kerwood and a huge momentum moment for Battle Mountain.
I mean, I think it's so impressive that these inter-county rivalries are just so heated when they come together, but both teams are just so incredible. And I mean, when I said that those Huskies were a well-oiled machine, there's no stopping them.
There was no stopping them until the playoffs, but they did have a great season. So that's been the Fall Sports Awards. We'll take a little break here and close things off. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Scoreboard. Congratulations to all of our winners of our Fall Sports Awards. We'll keep pumping those out for the winter and keep celebrating our great high school athletes here. Maddie Evans, we've got officially sports back on the book this week.
Officially, sports back on the book, and winter is starting, so that means that we're going to have some winter athletes coming on throughout the course of the next couple weeks, too. It's going to be great.
Better believe it. We've got boys basketball from your Huskies against Vail Christian tomorrow at 6:30. We've got the Yeti kicking off their season this Friday and Saturday at 7:45, and then Battle Mountain School hockey on Saturday at 3 p.m. at Dobson. Going to be a great week. For Maddie Evans, I've been Eric Soonblad. If you can't catch the score, you can always catch the scoreboard.